Let me show you how to charge more money and get better clients without giving more features, without working more, and without feeling bad about it. AKA, feel good about charging more money. Welcome back, my marketing buddies. My name is Jose Ricardo Rosado, and I work from a country most people can place in the map, the Dominican Republic. So if you could follow along by hitting the like button and following me, I will totally appreciate it. Anyhow, let's get started. You see, when I started out with my marketing services, specifically web design services, I was always feeling bad about it. I truly didn't think I was worth the money that I was asking for. But here's the thing, my friend. Here's the thing. There's a lot of danger in believing that you should be the affordable option. You'll be overwhelmed, you'll be frustrated, and you'll be working with nightmare clients. You know, the clients that call you at 11 p.m. on a Saturday. You don't want to be working with these demanding clients because at the end of the day, you'll be only focused on delivering the goods for them. And then you're screwed because you decided to be the affordable option. And I was stuck in that. But here are my milestones. I remember back in 2015, 2014, something like that, I was charging $500 for a website. And one day I just sick of it. I said to myself, screw this. I am going to charge $1,000 from one day to another. Thing is that nobody was still negotiating with me for a new website. But 2 or 3 days later, I remember this was like a Friday, I got a call from a client. He wanted a website. Someone referred him. They said great things about me, but he didn't know the price. And in my head, should I charge my regular $500 or $1,000? I was sweating bullets because right there, I decided on that first phone call to tell him, look, I only start working with people who are willing to invest at least $1,000 on their website. He said yes. A few days later, I closed the client and got paid for the first time $1,000. Here's the thing. That same reality of charging more money and feeling good about it has worked for me to go up to $5,000, $10,000, and my biggest one-time payment close, $20,000. Of course, I've had other close, like a $70,000 close, which was for a long-term project. So it wasn't a one-time payment thing, but still, it was $70K, right? But it was all because I realized there's power in charging more money. And I want you to think about that right now. Remember the first time you charged a little bit more than what you were supposed to be charging? How did you feel? Maybe you felt a little bit bad about it. Maybe you felt good. Maybe you felt ecstatic about it. But in the end, you felt like, oh, I should have done this sooner every single time. So here's my challenge to you, my friend. Charge more money. But before you go and charge more money, let me show you a little bit more about how to start charging more money. It's actually 2 steps. Step 1, target richer clients. Of course, target richer clients. You don't say, Jose. Yes, I am saying it. That means that you need to position yourself as the premium person. And I'm not talking about charging $100,000. I am not at that level, at least at the recording of this video. But I am telling you, as someone who went from $500 to $20,000 for his service, that targeting richer clients and positioning yourself as a premium service provider is easier than you think. And this video is going to show you how to start. And it'll start with positioning. And I'm going to use web design as the example because, well, I'm mostly a web designer. I've learned more things, but web design is my major expertise. You have to go from being the affordable web design agency to becoming the premium web design agency because out there, affordable, there's so many affordable agencies out there just waiting for a client to say, I need one. You cannot compete with these people. The reason being is that they are the best at being affordable. That doesn't mean that they suck. That means that they will always beat you on prices and you cannot compete with the experts at pricing low. Okay? I understand it might sound a little bit ridiculous, but I'm telling you, you need to stop competing on affordability because you will lose the fight, my friend. The mental fight and the physical one, because you'll start working and trying to outwork these people and you won't be able to outwork them. So you need to work smartly and position yourself, for this example, as the premium web design, let's say, agency or boutique, or however you want to call yourself. And look, positioning is nothing more than the words that you use to convey your value. So it all starts with revamping your messaging. You need to stop using weak and weaker messages like the ones that you see right now on your screen. For example, this one, affordable web design services for personal brand. My dude, please, for the love of everything that is good, stop it. And stop this even worse, weaker messaging. Skyrocket your personal brand with premium web design. My friend, whenever I see skyrocket, I think scam. I think this guy's going to disappear and ghost me. So stop using these words that the tech industry in the United States usually use. It doesn't work, my friend. But now that I've told you all of these things, how do you actually revamp your messaging? Well, it starts with the wording. You need to get better with the words. I'm going to be giving you a few examples right now. So I'm going to use the example of a headline. The reason is that the headline is mostly the way you compress the full value of your services into one sentences, into a few words. So let's use this very simple headline, the one that I show you here. Exclusive web design for high impact personal brands seeking top tier clients. Am I using more words than the ones that you see right now on your screen? Yes. Is it more high impact? Yes. Specifically for this kind of people that I want to attract. People who adore the word impact. Now, I'm saying all of this, and I guess that you might be thinking, how am I going to find these words? With research, my friend, and you'll be seeing a little bit more about that. But when you use the power of positioning, in other words, your words and the way you convey your value through a headline, through your content, through everything that you create, even your emails, you are going to position yourself in a way that you're going to be attracting wealthier clients who are willing to pay you more money for the same services that you're providing to the cheaper ones. I'm not even kidding. So you want to scale up the client wealth ladder. You want higher earners. You want people who value your services better and people who understand that you are in a better position to deliver on the goods. And you do that through your words. Let's talk about that. There are 3 steps to better your positioning. You might say, this is too simple. I am telling you, these are the 3 steps. If you want to go deeper into positioning and start finding the 20 steps to better positioning, I am telling you, you're going to fail. You need to simplify your processes and your thinking. Whenever I find myself with complexities and whenever I find myself thinking, oh, this can't be, this is just too easy, I can't believe it's this easy, I am telling you, every single time I have failed, every single time. Like when I started my web design agency, I thought it was super complicated to start an agency, to start hiring people, It is not complicated. It is as simple as it gets. But every time we start something new, we start thinking about all of the different things we've seen online and we start doubting ourselves. And yes, it's a little bit good to doubt on your own skills. That's totally fine. Because, well, if you don't doubt on your skills, how are you ever going to get better? But when the doubt prevents you from taking action because you think you're not good, that's where things get toxic. And you don't want that, my friend. So what I'm going to show you right now, yes, it's simple. But because it's simple is the reason it works. It all starts with understanding your audience, your target audience. You need to research their pain points and aspirations and budgets. But you already know these things. You know what their aspirations and pain points are, but you don't know how to craft that message that highlights your services in a way that addresses these needs and desires. That's the purpose of today's training, right? So, step number 2, message. After you start understanding and researching your audience, then you start crafting your message. And let me tell you, it'll suck. It'll suck so bad that it'll leave you crying first at your first marriage. It's just gonna happen. But the beauty about our digital world is that you can refine, you can reassess, you can step back and think through the things that has happened to you in the sales calls, on social media, through any sales interaction, and refine your message to create a more captivating language that conveys your premium offers. For that, I'm going to give you a few examples. First, of bad positioning, then of not that bad positioning, and finally of better positioning. Here's example number 1. You want to attract an audience. The audience is personal brands. In this case, most people will say, I just work with personal brands. What is a personal brand? Everything's a personal brand when you think about it, right? Anyone that's posting content might think, oh, this is a personal brand. So that is a bad audience, but let's use it for the sake of this example. Most service providers in the niche of websites would say, I create websites quickly, or I create blazing fast loading websites. Who cares? Nobody cares. The reason is that these people in the personal brands, what do they want? Money, sales, prestige, recognition, right? So knowing these things, I need to refine this to better my positioning. But in this example, there's no refinement, because how can you refine something like this? You want to attract the whole personal brand niche? That doesn't make sense. So it all starts with picking that audience and researching it so that then you can craft a better messaging. That goes to example number 2. We start with the audience. Yes, it's personal brand, but as you can see here, we are niching down a little bit more right here. We are trying to target personal brands such as coaches, consultants, and creatives. But aren't we sick of seeing these same messages for these same people, coaches, consultants, and creatives? Yes, but let's use that. And let's start crafting a better messaging like the one that you see right here. I create custom brand aligned websites that help personal brands attract their ideal clients and showcase their unique expertise. Yes, that's much better than this awful creature that we have right here in front of our faces. Now let's refine that. I specialize in designing conversion-focused websites for personal brands in the coaching and consulting industries. Here, we're doing 2 things. We are name dropping the potential client, which are coaches and consultants, and we are telling them we're going to help you create websites that convert. Conversion-focused is one of these keywords or power words, how copywriters call them, that persuade, specifically in this niche. If you use the conversion-focused term in other niches, it might not even make sense. But for this one, yes, total sense. So with a little bit of research, we can find these little keywords that trigger some kind of emotion or desire in these potential clients. Finally, better positioning. I want to target founders. In this case, I'm going to do a broad stroke, which is totally fine for this example, but I would even go deeper. Founders of what? Maybe SaaS businesses, right? But in this case, let's just keep it for founders of businesses, for a lack of a better term, okay? Follow through. Message. Exclusive web design for high impact coaches seeking top tier clients who want to dominate their niche and scale their business. We are talking bigger picture here. Coaches who want to dominate and scale. You see how this works? Here, I'm talking about people who want to grow their businesses. So with that message, I am making you understand that I'm only looking for people who already have a business and wants to grow further. If I want to make that message even clearer, I can even tell coaches who are making X amount of money. For example, in this case, when I refine it, I'm talking about this. Let's read. Exclusive web design for high impact 6-figure coaches seeking brand authority, attracting high paying clients and supporting their business goals. This is a much better message. I am positioning myself as someone who is only working with 6-figure coaches who want to attract better clients and want brand authority. So maybe they are more or less starting out with this personal brand thing, but they are already making 6 figures. You see how that works? So with a little bit of understanding your audience by researching them. Second, crafting a better message to address your client's needs, desires, aspirations. And finally, by refining that message, you're going to be crafting content, texts, emails, ideas, that will attract that client that will pay you more. And to end, let's end with a little quick story about how I actually made this work for me. I remember the time I closed my first $10,000 a month deal. I remember going to my wife and telling her, Brenda, someone is going to pay me $10,000 a month. Let me tell you, as a 9-to-5 employee that I was, 2016, 2015, I was making $20,000 a year as a graphic designer, web designer. So getting paid $10,000 per month from one client only, that was one of the biggest accomplishments financial accomplishments in my life besides $130,000 I made in a product launch that I had in 2021, I believe. Anyhow, that, my friend, was a big mind-blowing moment for me because it let me understand that, yes, I have something that can be sold at that price point, and more importantly, that the messaging that I'm putting out online is working. So whenever you find yourself doubting that your messaging is not working, just refine it a little bit until you start seeing that people who hop on your sales calls start saying, oh my God, this is the guy, which happened to me almost every time I hop on a sales call. I'm gonna say it, a lot of people won't believe it, but my close rate is close to 80%, meaning that 8 out of 10 people that hop on my calls, they end up buying. Actually, I don't remember the last time I got a no. Of course, I'm not hopping in 100 calls every day. And of course, all of these people are already nurtured and are people that follow me on social media or read my emails. But still, it's a 80% close rate, thanks to the messaging that I put out, thanks to being helpful, thanks to doing the research, and more importantly, not quitting. So if you're one of these people who are very competent and are struggling to create a better positioning, charge more money, I am telling you, keep going. It'll get better. And here, I'm going to tell you, it's gonna happen sooner or later. You're gonna be winning. And if you don't quit. Just keep going, my friend. Anyhow, my name is Jose Ricardo Rosado. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more resources, I left a few of them down below in the description box. So talk to you soon, my friend, and follow along.